buy some shoes. When I said pay myself, let's go on vacation. When I said pay myself, I was like, let's go out to eat and go to a movie. We would take the whole check, pay the bills, and what's left over, we would enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
And talk about the difference. What's the difference between enjoying your money versus paying yourself?
So what you're saying, this is most American, most people we know, we say like that. When I think about enjoying my money, is I can't look for the now. Do I have fun for now? Yes, I do. But I worry about when Daniel turns 60, when Daniel turns 70, because when you hit a certain age, it's downhill for it's making money for somebody. But I'm putting up I would say a squirrel for the winter. I'm thinking my winter's coming in 67 years old. I want to be able to chill. So when I say enjoy my money, I enjoy my money in the bank account, in a Roth or in a special crypto or over in some investment growing.
Yeah.
That brings me a lot of joy. Okay, I put $10 in here and now it's 30. I didn't do nothing but sleep, eat, and you know what?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is Clyde, and I'm sad to say Tonya's not with me today. She had surgery a little while back, and she's recovering, but she will be back soon. But needless to say, she said the show must go on. We can't stop. We got to keep rolling. So if sometimes you may just see me, sometimes you may see her. I mean, neither here or there. We want to make sure we always stay consistent. When I was riding down the road the other day, I was thinking to myself, some people made some lists. This brother don't know he was on a list. Some people made a list of some people that we need to talk to, have a conversation with. In just case I didn't tell you, this is Unscripted with Clyde and Tonya. Missing the Tonya, but you still got Clyde today. And you know for a fact that we appreciate all of you who follow us and keep up with us. Keep sharing the comments. The comments have been crazy. My last podcast, I'm talking about the things we gift our children. And more topics that you want to hear about, feel free to, throw them at us. We would love to hear what you want to hear. We would love to see what you want to see. But a couple people made some lists of people who they want to hear me and my wife talk to. And one person that came across the list was actually probably one of the top people on the list, right, Devin? Was one of my buddies. He came out about a year ago and did a conference with us and talked some crazy stuff about crypto and about, just how you look at things. This brother here, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people who I'm friendly with, a lot of people who are friendly with me, but I believe friendship is a dangerous word, man, because I trust you with a part of me that I believe you're going to always cherish and you protect and vice versa. I think you trust me a part of you. But my buddy, Daniel Maymon, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
To the Unscripted Podcast. I called this brother up to tell you how much of how cool we are. I called him up Saturday.
There,
yeah. For those who don't know, we record on Mondays. I called him up on Saturday. I said, hey, Daniel, man, would you love to jump on the podcast with me, have one of our $1 million conversations? He said, man, I would love to. He dropped everything, came in this morning. Say hey to everybody, Brother Daniel, real fast.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Glad to be here.
This brother here, man, we're going to have a really good conversation today. We've been together I think I met you, I've been out of GE now. I guess this is my second year. Mm-hmm. And I left the biomed role probably about 5 years before then. So I met you about, 6 years ago?
Yeah. You left 19 because I took the role at 19. So that's what.
So 19 to now, that's almost 7 years.
Yeah. Well, you met me in 18 when I first came to G. Yeah,
so man, it's been that long.
First person I saw, actually, was this guy.
So I was actually working at GE Healthcare. I've been there. When I left GE, a lot of y'all heard my story, how I went full-time in the business. GE, I even though I had my problems with GE, I think everybody, no matter who you work for, you have your issues with them. When I left GE, when I got to GE taught me a lot. I learned everything. Everything I do in business, I contribute to General Electric, GE Healthcare, how I manage my meetings and everything. And I took a lot in. But when I meet certain people, I can tell they are ready for the download. And not everybody was ready for the download. So I met Daniel. This dude came in, standing, 6'3". I don't know, what you, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah.
6'3", 6'2", massive guy. And but he was attentive. He wasn't. You think a guy who walked the way he walked and moved the way he moved would be humble. He was very humble, very teachable. And so I downloaded everything I knew into this young man about biomed. And watch this. As I was downloading in him about biomed, he was downloading in me about all these other experiences. Yeah. Tell them a little bit about our encounter, how we connected and everything, how we met, and a little bit about yourself, your background.
So, yeah, Coach, we met down the road in Kingwood. Got hired. My manager, I actually didn't want to come to the north side. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wanted to be on the south side in Pearland. Those are my friends are. And I said, all right, the north side, whatever. And came across you, not knowing one of my good friends from Iraq. Remember Tamika?
Yeah.
You took me upstairs. I didn't know she worked there. But yeah, so we connected. And as you telling me about biomed, I don't know what made me start talking just money about. I don't know. I have no clue to this day. You ask these questions, and I'm like, I started telling Clyde, hey, you need to start, or you should. And I have no clue, man. I have no clue. But me, 44 years old, my passion is crypto, is Clyde know.
Crypto king. I'm calling him Crypto King.
I don't want to go for his king. But I love crypto. Got in it in 2017. Me and my good buddy, Sidney Wiley, he taught me a lot. Like he was the driving force really behind it. He would find these gems. I don't know, to this day, I don't know how he found them.
Yeah.
But when they picked up, okay, I know what you're doing now. And we just took it from there, and I stayed in it. Short story, I stayed in it from 2017 to now. He got out. I got him back in now.
So you started crypto in 2017?
2017, researching.
Dang, I thought it was way longer than that. I mean, that's not that long.
Nah.
Before I met you, you just got into it.
Just got into it, yeah. Crypto only been around. I think Bitcoin was, so we had the 08, 09 crashed housing market. Mm-hmm. Bitcoin came out, white papers, a couple years after that.
Gotcha.
So what a coincidence.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 17 started researching and came across my baby. We'll talk about that and go into it. And then, yeah, man, just been going, and books I've read and come to find out, we'll talk about that.
Hey, but you know what, the crazy thing, so he's a Navy guy, I'm a Navy guy.
Yeah.
How many years you served?
So I did 4 years Navy, 8 years Air Force.
We're going to count the Navy years. That's all. Everything else is just like gym time. No. But I'm going to tell you something about this guy, right? When I met him, he, it was crazy a way, because I don't remember how it all started. But I never forget hearing him talk about crypto, hearing him talk about money. And when I met him, I was doing pretty good in GE. I hadn't made six figures yet. I think I was around $60K a year. And you came in. I think you came in almost where I was. And the long story behind that, how they drugged me out. And I won't use this episode to drag GE down, but I climbed up. I was shared with things like the PI concept, remember PI, PIE, performance, image exposure. We had conversations about how to grow in GE, and but then I would hear him talk about different things about finances, and I never forget hearing him talk, hearing him communicate. And we're gonna title this episode "The $1 Million Conversation," and this is what me and his brother have all the time: $1 million. This is not just we sitting back on the corner, drinking a beer and talking about how we're gonna make $1 million. Right. No, we're talking about how, when, what, who, where, how come. We're gonna go on the golf course. We're gonna do what we got to do. And lack of better terms, I think both of us have made $1 million, whether it's in crypto, whether it's in business. So this is not just wishful talking. These are strategies. These are, things that I didn't know when I first met you. None of this stuff. Yeah. So I can contribute a lot of what I know now because of my conversation with this man. And I'll never forget, this is a conversation. Whenever I was flying, I think I was traveling doing an audit, and I was over in, I think, New Mexico, and I was just bewildered in this world. Like we talked about some of the books that we read. One of them, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Best one, good.
Man, great book. If you want to put it down in the archive, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah. I stayed away from it because I thought it was a book about a rich father versus a poor father. I knew I was a poor father, so I didn't want to hear about me, and so I stayed away from it. But then when I finally read it, I think you might have told me to read that book.
Yeah, that's one of them.
That book changed my life. Well, long story short, I started thinking about stuff, right? And he was telling me something that I never thought about. And the book said it also, that there's some money that you should have that you will never spend. Talk about that for a second.
So money that you, in what aspect? Because that's a loaded question.
When I read the book, Rich Man in Babylon, it talks about a part of all you earn belongs to you. That, not the sandal maker, not the tent maker, and all these things. And he talked about using your money to make money. And so some people think when they get money, they spend it. And you talk about that, because this is the first conversation I had that really blew my mind, because I'm sitting here, I'm confused at the airport, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, if I go to buy a house, if I got $20,000 saved up, I called you up, I said, what should I do? Should I go buy the house with the $20,000, because I was trying to buy this house in Cleveland? You say no. So talk about that for a second.
Yeah, so pick it back up. So the $20,000, I told him no, so other people's money. Don't use your money. Keep your money. That's yours. There's ways you can go out there and get a loan, your $20,000. And where I learned that from was years ago from TD Jakes, OPM. Mm-hmm. That's where I got it from TD Jakes.
TD Jakes.
Yeah, I learned that from one of his books.
I read every one of his books. Which one is this one?
I can't tell you, man. It's either one of his books or one of his now podcast.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I learned that from. I'm like, what is OPM? Other people's money? I don't get that. And he started talking. Don't use your money, because big business, they don't use their money, right?
But think about that, because that's the deep thought process, mm-hmm. and most of our audience is trying to get there. So, what do you think? So, when you're talking to me or talking to a person who is working check to check and trying to make it, how do you convert that mindset over to you shouldn't spend everything you got, you should build a savings up, and how do you convert that mindset over? What's that thought process?
Okay, this is great, because I actually got on my son not too long ago, because he spent all his money. So this is what I tell. I'm gonna talk like I'm talking to my son. Mm-hmm. So I just tell my son, hey man, this is when he was a kid. Whenever you get some money, put 10-20% in your piggy bank. He can't do the math. I show him how to do it on a calculator. Put this in here times 0.20 or whatever you want to pick. And then whatever you want to do with the rest, blow it. I don't care. But I'm teaching you a habit to, every time you get paid, you pay yourself first. You don't pay your bills. You don't pay anything. I know some people might say, well, I got to pay my bills. That's all. My check equals my bills. Mm-hmm. Well, as some people say, you can go out and find another source of revenue. I don't care if it's Ubering, flipping stuff on Marketplace, on Facebook. Find a way to get that 10%. Start with 10%.
Yeah.
Any little thing. Every $100 you make, put $10 aside. That $10 is gonna add up. I promise you. And I used to tell one of my closest siblings, call her name, one of my closest siblings, hey, it don't take a lot of money to invest. Back in the day, I said, sis, just put money up to the side. You don't need a bunch of money. I didn't start with a bunch of money. I didn't. I started with little and little. There are times I would splurge and put a big lump sum, but most of the time, it's small little nuggets. And now,
it's to the point. I mean, to talk about how much money he has saved up in crypto. We'll get to crypto in a second. And to hear the amount of money that he has saved up, how he saved it up, is mind blowing. But that thought process is powerful. Even for myself, whenever I met you, I did not have a savings. Well, I had my GE 401k. You know what I'm saying? And listen, and I'm ashamed to say I wasn't contributing anything to it.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about slap me upside my head, right?
Well, but full transparency, I stopped.
Stopped?
Yeah. No,
but you stopped with a bigger purpose than I.
Yeah, I put it somewhere else now.
Yeah. So you repurposed it. You had a whole different strategy behind it.
Yeah.
Me, I was like, when I say pay myself, I'm talking about, let my kids go buy some shoes. When I said pay myself, let's go on vacation. When I said pay myself, I was like, let's go out to eat and go to a movie. We would take the whole check, pay the bills, and what's left over, we would enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
And talk about the difference. What's the difference between enjoying your money versus paying yourself?
So what you're saying, this is most American, most people we know, we say like that. When I think about enjoying my money, is I can't look for it now. Do I have fun for now? Yes, I do. But I worry about when Daniel turns 60, when Daniel turns 70, because when you hit a certain age, it's downhill for always making money for somebody. But I'm putting up like a squirrel for the winter. I'm thinking my winter's coming in 67 years old. I want to be able to chill. So when I say enjoy my money, I enjoy my money in the bank account, in a Roth or in a special crypto or over in some investment growing.
Yeah.
That brings me a lot of joy. Okay, I put $10 in here and now it's 30. I didn't do nothing but sleep, eat, and you know what? That's all I did.
So what about that person that says that, well, man, so you mean tell me I'm supposed to work hard, pay my bills, and save and not enjoy life? What about that person that say that I'm not supposed to enjoy life? How do you battle? Because what happened, and what you done said, we're trying to battle that mindset. Because I had the same mindset that most of you have, and this wasn't years ago. I met this young man, and he just said 2018, and in 2018, I didn't start breaking this, and we talked about this on the last podcast, until like 2021, 2022. I actually started breaking around 2020, and in 2021 it went warp speed. So I want you to know we're not. I mean, how was there a time that you were actually living check to check? How long ago was that?
Oh yeah, I didn't start investing. Well, I always wanted to invest. I never pulled the trigger. It started I went to Iraq in 2012. So 2012, I started researching E-Trade, Scottrade. Boom, I said, I'm gonna get an E-Trade account. Got it. Then I didn't fund it. Scared. So
Same way.
Living paycheck to paycheck still. No one taught me. No one said, Dan, you should try it. It's just my own, I don't know, DNA that you should. So 2012 through 2015, left Iraq, came home. 2016, went to Spokane. That's when I funded my first account.
Gotcha.
I think me and Sydney started doing so-called day trade, trying to day trade with no charge, no none. Just
that's what got us. I'll tell you what got us. I'm gonna interrupt you. What got us when I got into the office? This dude asked for a TV. I've been in his office all this time.
Oh yeah.
This dude asked for a freaking TV, and they gave it to him. And he got to another hospital. He asked for a TV. What he wanted TVs for? Because he wanted to put trading up all day long because he can watch the stocks and stuff.
Yep.
That's what got us talking about.
So I funded my account then, $500. I lost that money. Oh my gosh! In like 2 days, it was gone. 2 days, just wiped out. Like I say, most traders don't make no money. Some do, but most of them do make money. Good old saying, Warren Buffett, don't time the market, have time in the market. So
yeah, that's good. I like that.
So once I started doing that, I started becoming like addictive.
Wow.
I took a few classes, learned how to trade. I never got good at it at all. I made some money. I also lost a lot of money. Yeah. I would do it in the office. If we got a conference downtown with the team, whatever, I had my other computer out charting, and I wasn't good at it until I came around buy hold, Warren Buffett style, buy hold.
Buy hold.
If it's only something that you really, really, really believe in, you convicted in it, buy hold.
Gotcha.
Because over time, you're going to beat the market. You're going to beat every single time.
So those guys who's chasing the rise and the falls,
the candles,
they basically burn themselves out.
Yeah, it's their stress.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just buy hold. I believe this asset going to go from whatever I buy it to in the next 10 years. Because you got to have a long-term horizon.
Yeah.
You can't look for, I want to get rich now, which most people want that instant gain, that instant gratification. But no, you can't think like that. You're going to get it. I guarantee you, if you're in a true asset that it's going to appreciate, just buy and hold.
The book I'm reading right now called The Psychology of Money, it talks about that. It talks about how everybody have all the different mindsets, and it all comes down to it is, time.
Yeah.
Time is your greatest friend when it comes to making money. But I want to go back because somebody is a clip hung back on that first question I was asking about. If I'm battling between, should I put up money versus save? How do you break that? Put up money versus enjoy money.
Yeah.
How do you break that mindset?
So you're going to have the right people around you. First of all, always pouring into you, or you actually just seeing it, and then it's no breaking it. You got to just take that leap of faith and put that first $10 into a saving account and just forming a habit. But you have to really want to do it. It's no magic pill, no magic word. It just, I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm one devastation away from just being total disaster, right? Yeah. One flat tire just wipe out my saving account, because most people don't have saving account. Most of them don't have $1,000. Yeah. Statistics say. So it's all about hearing what we're talking about now, being convicted of, Clyde, right? Daniel, right? Let me just put a little bit. Now, when most people are going to say, where can I put my money in? Yeah. That's the part. Now,
and that's the part I really want to get to. That's the part we're just really going to hit on here, because so let's kind of go back to my story a little bit. Well, I got, $3. I've been married for, now my wife's going to whip me but we've been married for, I think, 26 years, somewhere around 26 years. And we worked hard, man, to get to where we were. Like I said, I made 6 figures on GE, right? That was the goal. And when I got there and I found out there wasn't enough because what I was doing, I was basically living up to myself. I was living my value. My check equaled my value. And so whenever I started this whole thinking I need to change is because I finally saw, when my daughter was about to graduate, we talked about this on the last podcast, I finally saw, like, dang, the need for money beyond today.
Yeah.
Up until that day, I saw the need for money. I need to buy food, buy groceries. I saw the need for money maybe about a month. I live life 1 month at a time, maybe sometimes a year at a time, because we looked at vacation, Christmas, Easter. And so I only saw the need for money within a year span. So if I can save money for Christmas, if I can save money for, maybe Mother's Day, Father's Day, I'm being responsible.
Good.
Right? I'm really good, right? And I was telling them that I got to the point where I thought responsible was I paid my bills, I paid tithes, and, I put a little up for holidays. I was responsible. But for the first time, I saw a daughter who was going to graduate from college, who needed a car, who needed, some type of security. And I didn't see my ability to finance her needs beyond me. And then I began to see, dang, retirement and what that looked like. And it scared the heck out of me, man.
Very scary.
And so at this point, I'm talking to you and I'm trying to make some smart investments now. And then I only had money in Chase Bank. We would always fight every year to get $500 in emergency fund, then get $1,000 in emergency fund, and every year that was gone. And I talked about this on the last podcast also, how at the end, I think it was 2022, I said, you know what, this year, beginning of 2022, I said, this year I'm going to get $1, I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to make sure I add more to it. And at the end of the year, I actually put $1,000 up and I kept it the whole year. Blew my mind. Since then, I began to talk to you. Now, I don't just have money in Chase. Matter of fact, I have very little money in Chase. I make my check hit Chase. Go ahead.
No. You.
My check hit Chase, and when my check hit Chase, I pay my bills out of Chase, and immediately all my money leave Chase.
Gone.
So, and since I met you, I now have money in a IUL.
There you go.
I have money in a IRA. I have money in
which IRA?
IRA. I have VOO, VOO.
No, like traditional or Roth.
I have Roth IRA. See, I don't know traditional. I know it's Roth because all you taught me was Roth.
That's the best one.
But I have money in IRA. I have money in a IUL. I have money in crypto. I have money in gold and silver. I have money in Capital One high yield and savings account.
Yeah.
And where else? I got money in my gun safe at the house.
Gotta have cash on hand.
Gotta have cash on hand. And so, can you explain to people why I have all that? Because you was my educator, my teacher. Yeah. Why do I have all that?
Yeah, so I have most of those. I don't have all of it. Some I'm working toward, like the IUL. I'm still searching around. I
gotta get you hooked up.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So I've learned that you need to have money parked in different places. Same as Clyde. I don't have much money in the savings account.
Yeah.
My girl thought, wow. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm rich on paper.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa. He just said something. Because most people don't know what that means.
Yeah.
They thinking that if I got a liquid assets, I had liquid money, I'm rich. But truthfully, listen, that does you no good.
Mm-hmm.
Money is dead unless it's in something that's actually moving.
Yep.
So, dude, you said something. Write that down. Hopefully we come back to that. Rich on paper. That's powerful. Yeah. If you don't, look it up. Go ahead.
I'm rich on paper. So I like to put my money in assets that's going to grow. And I learned this from Coach JV. You work, you make $1. That dollar needs to make a brother and a sister.
Yep.
So it needs to go somewhere, go into some asset, whatever you choose, doesn't matter. Put it in there. I guarantee it's going to grow. Just. I'm not saying trust me. This is not financial advice. Just put that disclaimer out there first.
Yeah, we're not financial advisors. We just brothers hustling.
That's it. Just talking. So I would put it in different assets. The more I learn about when I learn about gold, I shared him about gold. I shared about you came with silver. I didn't do silver. My buddy does silver. I couldn't find a way to buy it on paper.
Well, actually, Go the Glenn app now offers silver.
Oh, see, I would just go when I got on. Yeah. So Glenn is another good place to buy gold on paper. Now, it's not physical gold, but we shouldn't be. Glenn is a good one.
Glenn is good one.
I don't want to promote us.
Yeah.
Let Glenn go pay us. So gold, crypto, But what I also been learning lately is these different assets, these vehicles, you want to beat the inflation rate.
Gotcha.
Because we get paid on our job and get an increase. We're going to give you 3%. That really ain't beating inflation, so you still losing money. So at the end of the day,
see, he's saying all these words, right?
I'm not.
And this is
now
how,
I'm just going.
Look, this is how my conversation goes, right? You got to stop and slow down and explain to me what is inflation rate. I hate to do that, but you got to on this one piece, and I won't do it every time.
No, you good.
But what's inflation rate?
So inflation is, how the government said the inflation, the economy grew 3%. Yeah, it grew 3% too, but your eggs went up $3, $4.
So the economy grew, and this is something I always battle with. And this is why you got to have $1 million conversation with people who know more than you. Because I want to learn. I want to know. I'm 30. I'm 46 years old. And this your brother is 44.
Yeah,
44. Yeah. He teaching a person who's senior to him, and I'm not ashamed of it. But I don't understand when you say the economy grew. What is the economy? Is that
GOP?
Okay, come on. What's GOP?
So gross something.
Gross product something.
Yeah, something like that. It's when the economy is growing, like it's making money basically to bring it.
So basically, so if I can simplify it, I'm thinking that the economy is it based just on America?
We talking about America, yeah. We're talking about global GDP, yeah.
So all of our economy is tied to how well America's managing their money.
Yeah. Well, it's businesses. So when I say GOP, not GOP, GDP, gross domestic product.
Okay, gross domestic product.
Yeah.
So how much money is? What is this? Kind of break it down a little bit, because
that's a lot, man. To break it
down. Maybe it's another podcast.
Yeah, that's another podcast.
Another discussion. But just long story short, if you can sum it up in the most molecule, simplest perspective on how it affects my money.
So inflation wise, I'm gonna give a great example. You put $1,000 in your account today, right? Mm-hmm. And eggs is, call it, this is not right, $2.
Okay.
Next month, eggs go $2.50.
Okay.
You ain't got that same purchasing power.
Even if it's in a bank account.
They're just sitting there. It's not making any money for you.
So and I get this, but people don't get that. So we're sitting in Chase.
Just sitting there.
Sitting in Bank of America.
Not growing.
And it's 0.003%.
I don't think it's in a savings account yet, but we talking about put it in a checking account. Just
make no money.
Just sitting there.
So if I put my money in the bank, put my money up on the mattress, same thing.
Same thing.
Okay. Then.
One you got some protection.
No, it's not the same thing, because one is at your house not making money for anybody, but at least the bank making money off your money.
Yeah.
You making somebody else. Like you put money in Chase, you don't realize Chase using your money and my money to make them money, but they're not giving you but maybe a penny a month if you got anything in there.
So every dollar you put in a bank, they can loan out 9 times. No, 10 times.
So you give them $1, they give out $10, and you literally making that, and you don't realize it. And listen, you got to remember this too. You own the bank don't own you.
Yeah.
The bank works for you. You don't work for the bank. So you can. There's so many things.
So let me hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna just say something to give them that's going on right now, right? And it's a quick crypto insight. Mm-hmm. Quick. So right now the banks and crypto is fighting for Clarity Act, and we'll get into it once we get on. But Clarity Act, they fighting because crypto. There are some like say Coinbase, Kraken, whoever giving yields. Yields basically. You put your money here. We'll give you 3% return, 4% return, whatever.
Gotcha.
The banks are so afraid that if this law passed, that it's going to be what they call a deposit flight.
Okay.
So Clyde
going to leave.
Clyde just said, banks want your money. They making money off you.
Yeah.
They know if this passed and I can, Clyde Bank will give me 4% for just putting my money here. Chase, sorry. I love you for 20 years. I'm out of here, but
and 4%. Let's do the math, right? So 4%. So let's say you got $1,000 in an account. Let's do that. I brought my phone so I can use this math here.
Yeah.
So $1,000 in an account, and you multiply it times 4% over a year. Just by sitting there,
ain't doing nothing.
That money is gonna make $3 a month. Just for $1,000, $3 a month. $3 a month would be $3.33 a month. Over a year, that's $12. It's $40 a year to make over a year. That's if you just got $1,000 in there.
Yeah.
If you got to sit in a regular bank account, that regular bank account may make 1 penny.
Savings account.
Yeah. Savings account, 1 penny. So you sitting there in the savings account and you're making 1 penny, and you could be making $3. Let's say you got $10,000 in that account. Now you're making 4%, and that 4% is $400 a year divided by 12. Now you're making $33. Your money just sitting in that account making $33 versus sitting up on your mattress.
Some people say, Clyde, that's no money. But That's $33 you did not have
at all.
But you think about go back to what I said earlier. You put a little bit up. Once it start compounding, that's when it started really accumulating. But
that's it.
But anyway, yeah, that's it.
And I just
bring it back.
We got a lot. So it's a lot behind this, right? Because it's a lot. So, but long story short, you got me diversified. That was my goal for 2024, was to get diversified. I'm very diversified. As I'm watching things and evolving into things, I now, like I say, I'm preparing. Now I realize something I really want to talk about one day. Don't have time today about how I'm buying time. I got a magic equation that I've found out now that I need to learn how to make $6,000 a month in passive income. Mm-hmm. If I can make $6,000 a month in passive income, now I bought the rest of my life. I don't have to work another day in my life. Yep. That's another crazy thing, right? But as we choose the different avenues, you have made your wealth on crypto.
Yep, all of it. Yes.
And the crazy thing is, as I'm using Gemini and ChatGPT, right? All of them are literally pushing me away from crypto.
Of course they do. They are, because think about it. I love AI. I use it for a lot of stuff, right? But they are programmed. The developers is telling them what to say. They're not going to say this crypto. Yes, you should definitely go. No. So the leads are not going to allow that to happen.
So talk to us about crypto, because like I said, what I've done now, I leverage my funds. I kept my Coinbase. I still got it funded. Should I talk about the actual?
If you want to get in there, let's go.
Yeah, so I kept mine in XRP. I'll never forget the first time Daniel told me to get XRP. I put $25 in there. I said, I'm looking for this thing to make me rich. I'm watching it, $25, like, man, that something went down to $23 and it went up to $20, maybe $6, and I kept like, man, this thing ain't doing nothing, man. And so talk about real quick, about crypto, how it worked, and how I took my money out, and how but I put it back in, and I will say this right quick, I put my money back in, and I think I put maybe like $3,000 or $4,000 in there, and I was like, I'm really gonna try this thing out, and all of a sudden, November of last year, it hit,
boom,
and I mean, I'm like, whoa! Overnight, I got like almost $15,000. I took it out real fast. I took it to my daughter. I said, baby, we paying for your wedding. And it was like the greatest thing in the world. But this is not everybody's story. But so talk about a little bit about crypto and how that works for you, and why you chose that avenue.
So I got crypto, like I said, we talked about earlier, 2017, and my buddy Sidney Wiley. Sidney actually found Bitcoin, I want to say when it was around maybe 600 or 1,000. It was like way down there. I was like, I don't know what they do. we doing these weed stocks. We can do weed stocks, right? Because this is.
Joking is he's talking about weed stock, but weed is where the money's at.
Yeah,
man.
It was
he's not just talking about some marijuana.
Nah, the actual stocks. It was because it was all over TV. I'm watching the news. I'm like, oh, this been trying to pass laws and all this. So let's get into this. But somehow he came across Bitcoin again, 2017, 18 when we got into it. Started researching it. And I came across XRP. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how. I came across of it, and I started reading about it. And I'm like, yo, this is giving artists, people back their art, basically. I'm like, wow, kept reading into it. It was like 25 cents. Now, to buy it was a hassle. Back then, it wasn't just go to Coinbase so y'all can just go buy it. It wasn't like that. You had to go to Coinbase and buy Ethereum or Bitcoin. Take that, transition it up, send it over to another platform.
Wow. And
hopefully that you got the address right, because if you miss up one number, you don't know where it's going to go.
Wow.
So we figured out that we made some mistakes. We got over there, and started buying all kinds of crypto, XRP, Doge, Tron, just a whole bunch of crypto we started buying. So got into it, and man, I just started just going. It went up a little bit, and I didn't know how to sell it. Wow. That's why I really got scared. And then I started hearing these horror stories on the internet about the government's going to shut this down because it's illegal. I mean, all kind of stuff back in the day. Stuck with it. Didn't put my money out. Fast forward 2020. One, mm-hmm. Two. No, when trying to get voted in last year.
What you say? 20? What's that?
No, I would say to go 2019.
Mm-hmm.
XRP. That's now I'm big in XRP. I'm telling everybody about it. I'm
That's what you told me about 2019.
I'm telling everybody, and like people calling me crazy and this. I said, whatever, man. You need to do this. Is something revolutionary. I know I'm being a contrarian investor, meaning I'm seeing things that's not there yet. Basically, I'm taking a huge bet. I know I am, but I'm a risk taker. I lost a lot of money taking risks, but I also made some. Mm-hmm. But 2019 December, XRP went up. I made about 100-some thousand. I don't think I had like 20,000 there. Made 100-some thousand. I said, no, I'm not gonna pull it because this crypto is not built for $1.19, not $1.90. It's not. It's built for $100 or 10,000. It's built for that. People gonna call me crazy for saying 10,000 on XRP because you don't supposed to say that. But that's what it's built for. Stayed in it, bought more, and this time around in November when president got elected, oh my gosh, that's when life went crazy. That's when you're talking about the $500,000 to 700,000. It was, and guess what? I didn't pull profit then.
Wow. See, that's one thing about me and Daniel. I pull profits. Mm-hmm. I pull profits. I reallocate them, and it's just different strategies. Even though he teaches me, and I do follow probably 99% of what he does, how he does it. But you got to find your own strategy, right? Mm-hmm. I'm married. My wife, she has a say in the game, and she's like, "Hold up, what we making money at?" And so I got to pull profit every now and then for that purpose. And I thank my wife for that because it allowed us to pay for my daughter's wedding. It allowed us to, do other things and strategize other ways. But keep going.
But this year I'm pulling profit. I'm gonna take some of your advice. And, hey, you need to pull in some of those profits. And I'm listening to Coach JV too, Coach JV as well. Securing some of those profits because this year is gonna be a big year for me. I want to be like you, like I want to fire G.
Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
I want to fire G.
Hey, if G, listen. If you get offended, God bless you.
But yeah, so crypto has been my infrastructure for all my money I go to, and I do some outside adventure, private companies I've invested in. One I'm part owner in now. I'm not gonna talk about that until it's fully done yet.
I'm proud of you for that, though, man.
Yeah, that one and the private equity and a IT company. That was the scariest one. Like I told you, I had to sign a contract and all that. Like this is not my lane here, but it came to my doorstep.
Listen, I'm glad you said that because so you got this guy. He's here and he's making money, right? He's saving money, and he's not just saving money for retirement. We talk about pulling profit, and this is where I really want to catch you because if you're still listening and you still qualify yourself that you can stick in with this $1 million conversation, this is where it all hit the road. So as we saving money, my challenge for anybody, if you are living check to check, knuckle down, grit down, get 2 forms of income. If you got a partner, y'all get 2 forms of income, knuckle down and get $10K. If you can get $10K saved up into a account, not in a Chase account, put it in a high yield savings account. Yep. High yield savings account with $10K, like I say, you're making, about, let's say making $30 a month on that $10K. It's money sitting there. It's not sitting there dead. It's making money. Now you got the $10K. Now you don't just got power to say I'm preparing for retirement. Now you got power to make power moves. So that's what I'm saying, man. So hearing that and understanding that as how he has built up all this money, we're not just building that money up just so it can sit in the bank and just so it can say, oh, I got money for retirement. It's not just about retirement. The key thing is, and you should grind. You should grind real hard. Anybody who out there who say, you know what, I really want to start changing my mindset. I really want to start actually being responsible. Seeing that I got money when I retire, I got money for my kids, we can make decisions. This is what I challenge you to do. And this is kind of what we did. You knuckle down, and you grind down, and you say, you know what, for the next few months, the next couple of years, we're gonna get $10,000. I promise you, if you try Uber and or just getting, DoorDash used to be the newspaper routes, right?
Yeah.
You can do Grubhub. You can say, for the next, we're gonna just live like no one else. As me and my family say, we got from Dave Ramsey, so we can live like no one else. And you get $10,000 in the account, and you put it in a high yield and savings account. You diversify it. You put it across different platforms, because that's what Daniel says, that when he's rich on paper, is the rich on paper is on all the platforms that he has money in. Yep. And you take that money to the bank and say, look here, I got $10,000 saved up. I want a $30,000 loan. And they say, what you want it for? I want to buy this property. This property is up for sale. Maybe it's dilapidated. It's ran down, because Daniel, he's really big in crypto, but he's not really big in real estate. I'm big in real estate. And so as he's teaching me about crypto, I'm teaching him about real estate. Yep. And so this house got some value to it. So you go to this, I want to buy this house. It's for sale for $20,000. Let's say $20,000. And I got $10,000 of my money, because I asked Daniel, I say, man, what do I do with this money? He say, don't spend your money, go to the bank. Yep. So I keep my money in the bank, and I say, hey, and guess who else told me this? 50 Cent in the book, Hustle Harder.
Oh, I like that book.
Man.
I heard the audio, but that, man.
If you can't handle cussing, don't listen to the audio book.
He tough.
But this dude, he teaches his lesson.
About the million.
Yeah. It's crazy. This thing, we can't be so heavily minded when the earthly good, right? Yeah. Because this is God's children. Even though they act up and cut a fool, they still God's children. They got some nuggets. You got to be willing to dig to the coal to get to the actual value. But long story short, you take this $10,000 you got in your portfolio. You go to the bank and say, I want a loan to buy this house. This house has value to it. We won't get into that part. But you buy it for $30,000. You get a loan for $30,000. You buy it for $20,000. You take $10,000 put into this house. Now let's say this house is worth $100,000. You now have $70,000 worth of equity on paper. Plus the $10,000 you got in your account. You now are worth on paper $80,000. Overnight, you flipped your money that you worked so hard for, and now you got money. Now you got the house money sitting there. You still got your $10,000. You can keep building slowly over time, but your equity, your value is there. And we talked the other day about how one of your buddies, he's unloading his real estate, and he's actually putting the money back into himself right now, right? You talking about the guy that he started off buying a lot of property, and now he's starting to slowly sell it off because he's ready to retire. Was it you all talking to? Maybe somebody else I was talking to.
That wasn't me there.
Oh, maybe somebody else talking to.
Because my buddy, I only got one. Well, you now two that buys real estate. My first sergeant.
Yeah.
But basically, what you said, he little house, bought it, equity, flipped it, stayed in it, fixed it up, and bought cash more houses and kept buying off what started with one house. But this is another thing when you saying the $30,000 loan. I'm just speaking for the person out there, because I used to be the person that what I'm finna say. How do these people go get these loans, and then they get this house, and then they flip it and make $70,000? But what about the $30,000? Who's paying that? You got to pay that back.
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to expound on that, because I know how to do it now. Because I'm doing it currently, floating the loan. So
the key thing is that you don't pay the loan back. Well, don't turn off right there. You get a tenant, and now that tenant pays that loan back. So now, say for instance, if your mortgage is, say, on a $30,000 loan, what can your mortgage be? Yeah. On a mortgage on a $30,000 loan, maybe, let's say, $500 a month. And now you leasing this house out. This house is worth $100,000. You leasing it out for $1,000 a month. So now you making $500 in equity on top of the $500 that you are paying on the mortgage, and you got the $500 in your hand. So now you're making $500 on top of the fact that you are paying off your mortgage. So that makes sense. Did I make that complicated?
No, you said it right. But what about up to the point I got the 30? I'm finna get the house. Takes 2 months to close or whatever. Do I pay in between?
Good question. So whenever you get you get a good contract like Hard Enterprise.
Wait a second,
and I'm serious, man. If you're out there, you're trying to really flip real estate, and you within maybe 100-mile radius of Hard Enterprise in Cold Spring, Texas, we typically can flip a house in about 90 days, strong. Yeah. We can do a decent one in about 30 days. See. And so watch this here. You get you a tenant. Like right now, same as plug. We actually finna start a program, and we talk about this program. Yep. New business strategy. It's called the AHAP. It's Affordable Housing Assistance Program. We're gonna be able to get affordable housing and help people get into houses. So we got a house right now we're working on. I gotta pay the not closing costs. I gotta pay the earnest money today on it. But we got a house. And we know for a fact that as soon as we lock in on that loan, we advertising. hey, we got a house for rent. We got a house for rent. We got a house for rent. Because I don't own that loan for about 45 days. So that bought me 45 days to actually start putting somebody in there.
That's a nugget right there.
Yeah, that's 45 days. And so now if I can get somebody and I can get them locked in, I want first month and I want first and last month. So now I got rent. I got mortgage payments for 2 months now. And so I'm going to lock that in. So I got 45 days plus 2 months rent.
So 105 days right there.
105 days to knock this thing out. So I'm going to work real hard to lock somebody in. Now, the AHAP program is a little different. But if I can just get a tenant in here, now this person, I got them picking out tile. I got them picking out carpet. I got them picking out paint. Listen, they're excited about a house that ain't theirs yet. But it's part of the process, right?
Yeah.
Because now I need you not just locked in. I need you to realize I'm building your house.
Your house.
You know, so that you don't lose faith. Why I gave it this person last month.
I like that.
And so I'm buying the time. So now by the time you get in it, I don't have a mortgage. You got to rent. And so it's some strategy. People always say, this is something I said, I don't want to get no whole bunch of rental property because that's a lot of cost and upkeep. If you're making $500 a month, you can't put up $50 a month just for upkeep.
No.
You know, come on, stack your papers, you know, sit in a situation to where they got all kind of programs out there for that. But at the end of the day, that's what we got to think. We just made $80,000, man.
That's what you got to look at the big picture.
$80,000.
Yeah.
And if I choose to, I can sell this thing right now and get that money. That's real money. Matter of fact, I probably can get more than that.
You will go get more than that.
And so the key thing, even if I'm building this up, and watch this, I said earlier, my magic number is $6,000 a month in passive income. Mm-hmm. I just knocked out 500 right now. Now I need 5,500
more.
5,500. If I can do this,
10 times?
10 times? I'm paying for the rest. I'm paid for my bills to cover for the rest of my life.
Passive right there. So I like to see how passionate he is about housing. That's how I am about crypto. Like I think everybody should own crypto because, and if you just read anything, you will hear people say this is the biggest wealth transfer. Baby boomers has it now, but our age, I'm gonna say 30. I get mid-20s to 40s. This wealth finna transfer.
Talk about this, man, because this is the most powerful part about crypto is because I think the world don't get it, especially us who's sitting up under the rocks. Mm-hmm. And we just sitting on the corners chilling and the world is happening around us.
It is.
Talk about the dollar versus digital currency. What's going to happen and why it makes cryptocurrency so powerful?
So why I think it's so powerful is because when .com came out, right? We couldn't invest in that protocol, the HTTP part of the internet. When you put in www.clydeharden.com, you couldn't invest in that. You couldn't invest in the Clyde Harden, but you couldn't invest in the protocol. So now we have the opportunity before the banks, before Wall Street, before the big boys get into this asset class, we have the opportunity as the people that really needs the wealth, because the 1%, you're already 1%.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into the 1% or get close to it. So now we have.
How am I 1%?
Huh?
How am I 1%?
No, we trying to get.
Okay.
We trying to get there. Yeah, we trying to get there. We trying to get
there. I was like, I need to see my percent.
We trying to get into the 1%. So this is, you won't hear them talk about but like 2 coins or anything, but this is the best time, even though they're scaring us right now. If you look on the fear index, that is a meter that determines what people are doing with crypto right now, or even stocks. Are they selling? They buying? What are they doing? The fear and greed right now is like 13 out of 100. That's real. That's real low.
Gotcha.
But as Warren Buffett say, when there's blood in the streets, you need to go start buying. So when prices are real low, I'm happy. I'm actually happy when it's red on a red day. I'm going in and buy some crypto.
Called Daniel one day. I said, man, I saw this stock dropping. I said, I'm going to go buy like crazy. You say, you're thinking like a trader.
Now you're thinking. Because it's like, and I'm going to use this analogy that most people can understand. A drug dealer will buy whatever he's going to buy at a cost. He's going to sell it to you at the highest price.
Yep.
He's not finna go buy it at the highest price
and then
sell it to you at the lowest. He's not finna do that. Same thing in stocks and in crypto. You buy it when it's low and you sell it when it's high.
That's
That's just basic math.
Street math.
Yeah. So I think everybody should go research whatever crypto you want.
But talk about this though for a second, because I want you to hit this here because people understand that the dollar is going away.
Oh well, I won't say it's going away. We're losing purchasing power. That way, I think the dollar had decreased I think about 90-something%.
Well, I guess that's not what I'm asking.
As world reserve currency.
The currency's shifting.
Yeah. Oh, we're not going. We won't. We're not losing it, but we are not going. I believe this is what I believe. We're not going to be the only one.
Gotcha.
That's currency is the most sought out of. Like right now, we are.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's going to be a basket of them, and what I think is going to be in that basket, crypto going to be in that basket.
Crypto going to be in that basket. Gotcha.
Along with the dollar, probably the yen or the ruble, Russian.
Gotcha.
So, but as of right now, Trump is doing everything he can. That's why we came out with the Genius Act with stablecoins. That's a whole other podcast there. But he is absorbing our bonds, aka debt, into these stable coins
And making money.
Well, they making money. Yeah, they're making money, but it's also buying our debt.
Gotcha.
Into absorbing into the versus China and them buying it. If they offload it, we in trouble.
Gotcha.
We in trouble.
Gotcha.
But are we losing status? Yeah, we can't keep it forever. But we're not finna go out with a fight.
Gotcha.
Not finna go out with a fight.
I absolutely don't understand nothing you're saying right now. That's the beauty of it, right? That's the beauty. See, I don't have time to break it down, but I literally was stopping right now. Look here. This is how our conversation, Devin, go from 5 minutes to almost an hour and a half because his mind. But you see how
my mind everywhere, man.
We talk about iron sharpens iron, right? Yes. And I have people who you are who you are, right? When me and Daniel is talking, we're standing 10 towers tall. What am I saying? I'm standing on 10 towers of people who got me where I am. He's standing on 10 towers of people who got him where he's at. Yep. So when we're talking, we're in the middle of the world, but we standing sky high. And we using the resources of everyone up under us to regurgitate out of us who we are and where we come from to unload into him. And we literally growing each other one conversation at a time. Man, I know we get to this conversation. There's so much more we need to talk about.
That's a lot, man.
Man, and more. I hope that you really was blessed by this. But this is the power. And when I call me and my wife, we talk about all the time. Listen, when me and Daniel on the phone, or me and Nate on the phone, me and Mama Days on the phone, or my wife on the phone with different people that she talks to, I'm ear hustling with her. She's ear hustling with me. And we got the phone. We throw into each other because me and my wife, we are partners in this thing, man. We realize is that we're on a race now. We got the secret code and understanding that it's not about how much money you got.
Yep.
It's different between rich and wealth. Rich is how much you got. Wealth is how much you have to leave to the people around you. You transfer wealth, you spend riches.
Yep.
And you learn this from Rich Man in Babylon. Talk about some books real quick, real fast before we go, that you highly recommend people get right now in their son, or what I'm looking for, their arsenal of reading.
There's two that I really love that I actually use a lot. Is Rich Dad Poor Dad, high number one, and number two is Rich Man in Babylon. Rich Man in Babylon is it's not an easy read.
Not at all. Not at all.
But once you get into it, he has simple philosophies. Take 10%, put over here. Take that 10%, invest it to make more. It's super simple.
That's it.
But it's not an easy read.
It's not. I'm reading it right now for the fifth time.
Yeah.
And I'm audio booking it now for the fifth time.
Got an audio book.
And listen, you got to be in a place to where you're walking on a treadmill. You cannot be in a place where you listen to people talking or things going on, because I promise you, 5 minutes you don't miss so much stuff. You got to stop and break it down.
And I also listen to a podcast a lot. It's just one that they incorporate from kind of what we're doing right now with real estate, finances, and one is a preacher, and they just, when they talk, it's like, this is me and Clyde, right? It's two, but it's four of them.
Gotcha,
this is me and Clyde here. So I get a lot of information from all over, but there's a lot of the same stuff, if you notice. But when you put me down and sitting like this, it just, like, I got more to talk about.
Listen, we know you get you pop the top off and the smoke come out. That's all you got. So much you got the smoke. It's more in there. We didn't even get the fizz. We just got that pop and.
That's it.
That's it, because there's so much more in this, brother.
Yeah.
We have to set the stage, and we will have this discussion again, and who knows who else we'll bring in, But, we got the thing we finna start. We're trying to get started. We're so busy. It's called we talk about the million something, where we're going to get together and spend time together with different mindsets.
Yes.
Different people coming chiming off each other. But it's time out, man. You know, I'm 46 years old. The older I get, I'm becoming more irrelevant. And it's just the fact of the matter. The older you get, people don't listen to you. So we have to use the time we got to drop as many nuggets as we can while people listen. I hope that you were blessed by this conversation. If you were, like, subscribe, share, comment, ask questions. You know, I send Daniel your questions and we'll answer them together. He'll watch the feed on YouTube. He'll jump in and answer them. But listen, this podcast is finna go to another level, y'all, and we need you to do it. Right now, I think we're around 520 in our subscribers. I really want to hit that 550 mark. Help me hit that 550 mark. Find your friends, find your cousins. Tell them this is the podcast you need to listen to. You can share it. You can get it on YouTube, but also you can get it on your actual podcast in your app on the phone. But listen, any last words you want to share with them, Dane?
Oh, man, this has been a great time. Crypto, like, go invest. I promise you. Go invest. Think about your future. $1 at a time. I promise you. $1 at a time gonna equal to 10, to 100, to 1,000, and so on. Just invest. Don't think you need a lot of money. You don't. Just start. Start the process, and doors will open.
That's it. That's it. You know, I always like to leave out on a little word of wisdom. And if I could pick a word of wisdom today, is remember this here, man. Your wealth, what you have now, is something you're going to give to your kids. And the Bible even tells us that God says that it's a blessing to leave an inheritance for your children. My question to you is, what are you leaving, debt or wealth? And you do have time to change it. God bless you. Until next time, be blessed.